Hey, I'm Solar Nick, CEO of the Solar Scouts, here with my homeowner client Hamp. We're in Richardson, Texas. A few months back, we installed a 21.2 kilowatt solar system. We redid the insulation in Hamp's attic, and we did a 24 kilowatt standby automated Generac generator, so that way he could protect all the things in his home in the event of a grid outage. And recently that kicked in and helped out. It's June of 2024, so folks here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area know that we just had a bunch of storms. And how long did your generator run for?
The power went out for less than 30 seconds before the generator kicked on, and it ran for roughly 20 hours straight.
Wow.
Not only that, I really enjoyed the fact that the storm was so intense that 80, 100 mile an hour winds didn't damage the solar panels.
Oh, wow.
Or the roof.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was nice.
So the power was out for like 20 hours and the generator kicked on. What were you able to run in the home during the outage?
Everything. Pool equipment. I basically didn't change my mode of operation as far as electrical usage at all.
That's great. And of course it's summertime, so maybe did your AC kick on at all during that outage?
Oh, absolutely. Sitting outside, I could hear the generator ramp up when the demand came on higher, and I noticed that because I assumed it was the air conditioner kicking on and off. Outside of a little dimming of lights in a 50-year-old house.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was great. Yes, absolutely.
That's awesome. So, definitely the generators have basically two speeds, half load and full load. And so when a larger appliance like your AC cranks on, it's going to rev up. But you can hear the revving of the engine, of course. How loud is that generator?
Well, it was conveniently placed.
Where's it at?
It's on the opposite side of my garage, away from all the living areas.
Do your neighbors love you or hate you?
Well, coincidentally, funny story, there's a young couple who lives next door, asked to bring over some of their baby milk.
Oh, wow.
Because they were without power.
Did they recently buy that house?
Oh, no, it's a multi-generational house right now.
Okay, understood. Yeah, when we were doing the install, I remember chatting with your neighbors because they've got solar as well, and they were not, they must have been the parents of.
Yes, correct.
Yes,
correct, yes.
Got to keep it alone.
But I'll leave it at baby. I'll leave it at baby milk, but I was happy to oblige.
That's awesome. Well, so now you're able to have an even larger heart or even greater generosity because, they didn't ask to come and stay the night or anything, I guess.
No. I did offer to the neighborhood, though, if there's any medicine or baby milk, breast milk, that if anybody in the neighborhood needed something that had to be refrigerated or frozen, that they could stop by, or charging of electronics.
That's fantastic. Odds are you weren't trying to run everything, though. Like, you weren't baking during the outage or anything like that, were you?
No, I mean, I operated my house as normal, but I can guarantee you that if I turned everything on, it would have ran everything.
Okay. Wow. 6 months ago, we installed a 21.2 kilowatt solar photovoltaic system with 53 Q-cell 400 watt panels. As you can see behind me, they're all black, look really sleek and clean on the roof. We do attic runs of all of our work, so none of the electrical work is visible. In addition to that solar array, we also installed a 24 kilowatt standby automated backup generator. We refreshed the insulation in the home as well. And so we've got 4 arrays of solar. On the west side, you cannot see that right now, but we've got 2 southern facing and east facing. We avoided the east side of the home over here just because some of the trees and shading. And so this system's collecting a whole heck of a lot of sunlight. Well, sweet. So that's awesome. So 24 kilowatt standby automated Generac generator, automated transfer switch, runs pretty much everything during an outage, HVAC, pool equipment, kept you comfortable in the home, kept the food fresh, and maybe a couple extra bonuses there too.
Sure, absolutely.
And even though it is probably a pretty loud appliance, it's on the opposite side of the wall of your garage. So, and your bedrooms are on the opposite side of the house of that, right?
That is correct.
So really minimally invasive for you, at least. Maybe the neighbors a little bit louder. During that storm, it sounded like you experienced some high winds as well.
That is correct. The storm that passed through North Dallas or Dallas and Richardson, I think through Plano as well. Supposedly it was 82, 100 mile per hour wind gusts. There was light hail after the storm. You graciously since went over to inspect the solar panels the very same day. Found no damage. So that was very positive. Good customer service.
Thank you so much. So yeah, right after that storm, I know that you shot me a message, but we were pretty responsive, it sounds like. The next day we were able to get out and check out the...
I think you forgot. It was the very same day.
It was the same day? Wow.
Absolutely.
We must have already had some folks blowing up the line, and but no, convenient. We're local right here in the area, so usually pretty quick responsiveness. And yeah, we inspected the system. There was no damage to the panels, minimal, if any, damage to the roof. I think then you had your roofer come out as well, and
correct, everything was fine.
So double verified the roof was fine, so that's good to go.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah. So in terms of backup power, pretty well covered. You feel confident that you could survive just about anything, I'd imagine.
As long as the natural gas doesn't get cut off.
That's fair.
That would be the only downside.
You know, what inspired you to go solar? What was sort of the steps, and how did that all come about?
Actually, when you came to my front door, I was really in the market just for a generator. And it was your professionalism, likability, understanding what I was looking for, and incorporating the products you had to offer into the overall solution that made me decide to go with you.
Well, thank you. We've got our solar rapid shutdown switch. For whatever reason, this particular jurisdiction required us to have an emergency stop switch for the generator, even though the automated transfer switch also does that, but probably because it's hidden back there. Inside of this casing is a 24 kilowatt Generac backup generator. This green light indicates that it is at the ready. So in the event that the grid were to shut down, that switch that we saw on the other side of the home would break. It would send a signal to this generator here. It would turn it on and everything would get going. Cool, so going back to net zero, what does that mean to you?
Outside of the first month's bill, which included a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of charges. Let's just separate out the first month's bill. Let's say 2 months ago, I had a credit of roughly $33 of electricity. And my last bill that I just got through paying last week was a total of 57 cents. So net zero. It's great.
So basically, as close to zero electric bill from the grid as possible.
That's great. And, electricity prices keep going up every year. So sell back electricity at the same price as you're purchasing it?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's a no-brainer.
How long have you lived in this home? Can you remind me?
I think about 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah, roughly.
And before going solar, was the price of electricity greater in November, December of 2023 than it was 7 or 8 years before you prior?
It's been climbing steadily.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the point where if you compared 5 years ago till now, it's glaringly obvious.
Yes.
But just like anything, the slow increases over time build up. They compound, right?
It's absolute. Will your solar bill increase?
No. What?
It's frozen.
Yeah, exactly.
A frozen rate. So, so even though today the average price of your grid electric bill compared to the fixed price of your solar bill, solar was a little bit of a skip up. You anticipate that eventually the grid rates will eclipse what you're paying for solar generator and installation?
Absolutely, but I still think you forget that the generator was rolled in with that.
Exactly.
And if you price generators, it's like something of that size is probably installed as $20,000.
Yep.
Take that out.
Absolutely.
And am I breaking even?
More so.
Pretty close.
Absolutely. Did doing this system or these improvements, the solar, the installation, the generator, did that change the value of your home?
It changed the insurability of the house.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it did from a property tax standpoint.
Okay.
Because we're basically in a situation where they're maxing out the amount that they can increase property taxes each year. But insurability, State Farm definitely increased the value of my house.
Okay.
And you can't tell me if you're out looking for a house and you have the ability to almost or be net zero on electricity and never be without power, that doesn't increase the value of your house. What sold me on the actual panels is German engineering, even though they were bought by a Korean company, which is not a bad thing either, that they're manufactured in Georgia.
Right outside of Atlanta, Marietta, Georgia.
Absolutely, putting Americans to work, so forgot about that part.
That's a beautiful thing too. Yeah, we work with a number of different module manufacturers that have U.S. manufacturing facilities, and yeah, Q-Cell is a German, Korean engineered product. They've got manufacturing in Korea as well, but they also have a U.S. facility, and with the Inflation Reduction Act, they are dumping billions with a B of dollars into expansion of that U.S. plant. So we should start seeing that many more modules over time being made right here in the U.S.
I mean, if you have the credit to do it and you can afford it, it's really a no-brainer. I mean, yes, you have to have the configuration, the ability to have the sunlight to do it, but if you do, it's really a no-brainer.
I'm Solar Nick, CEO of the Solar Scouts. Hamp, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate your business, and then of course your testimonial for others as well. We're here in Richardson, Texas. 6 or 7 months ago, we finished up a 21.2 kilowatt solar photovoltaic system featuring 53 Q-cell panels. We also did a 24 kilowatt automated standby Generac backup generator, and we refreshed the insulation in your attic too by vacuuming it all out and blowing in some more. So we got some efficiency in reducing the usage, cost efficiency with the solar, reducing your rate, and the security and peace of mind of never losing power again with the backup generator.